Welcome to the CulverCast episode 11, SRO'S, featuring Hanna, Croy, Shane Martin, and Officer Carr.
All right, welcome to episode 11, simply titled SRO. We have Officer Carr with us.
Good
Officer
afternoon.
Doolin has decided to ignore us. It's fine. What is an SRO? When I say SRO, what does that mean?
It is an acronym, and that acronym stands for School Resource Officer.
Nice. You know, I screw that up all the time. I say Student Resource Officer all the time.
You know,
I
I
don't know
think
why.
there's a lot of names that are called, and we just kind of answer them all. But yes, but per the dictionary, a School Resource Officer.
Awesome. So so this is our first year having SROs here at the school. What is the importance? Why do we have an SRO here at the school? Never had one before. Why is it important to have?
I think the uniqueness that we can't forget to add with the SRO, and this being a kind of the inaugural first time thing here at Culver Schools is I've told a lot of folks lately the fun fact of the day is Culver Schools Corporation is the 45th school corporation in the state to create their own police department. And in order simultaneously having their own police department, then they provide a school resource officer. So as I tell a lot of folks of, the beauty of being in a small community that is very close-knit and, binds and sticks together to handle their issues. But ultimately, we have PE teachers, we have science teachers, we have secretaries. We need SROs. An SRO and being a police officer isn't just as such, but ultimately it's another person in somebody's corner. They know the law, juvenile law, case law inside out, but they're also another avenue for kids, whether it's that mentorship, that counselor role, and then the safety and well-being of the entire campus here.
Nice, because I don't know even if you guys all know that our school resource officers are actual police officers. Did you guys know all that? Yeah, no, you didn't, did you? Yep. So Officer Carr here just graduated police academy. We are our own police department.
With a lot of growing pains,
Yes.
like anything, it being new, but the magnitude. I mean, and it's a very unique and very cool thing of what we're doing here at Culver Schools. Mr. Lowry's art class, a handful of his students got to be involved with mocking up some different patches, and the superintendent was able to choose that. So for me, as I tell everybody until I'm blue in the face, it takes all of us. And being able to establish a police department which has multiple rabbit holes to get equipment, to be involved with our county dispatch, to being able to incorporate laws of being able to follow with the student handbook and student discipline. It takes a lot of work and a lot of rollout. So this year, with being gone, with getting back, we've been able to establish it, but there's a lot of work to be done, and there's a lot of hands involved in it. And as I said, it takes all of us. And but a very cool thing. You guys will look back. I know because I look back at the cool things that we did at Rochester, and it's like, oh, that's why we did that. Or I was one of the first to be a part of A, B, and C. So it is a cool thing, and it has been overwhelmingly supportive, and the buy-in is fantastic.
Yeah.
What training does it require to be an SRO?
Perfect question. So Hannah just said, you need to be, and with being our own police department, you need to be what's called a Tier 1 law enforcement officer. So you say bye and leave for 4 months, and you go to the State Police Academy, where you get 4 months of training in regards to being an actual police officer. Following that, or just prior to that, you attend what's called the NASRO, so it's the National Association of School Resource Officers 40-hour basic course. I attended that. We both did last September down in Greenfield, and it's 40 hours of the intensity of the curriculum of being an SRO.
Do you get to go to the national one? I keep getting emails.
So
somehow I'm getting emails about this.
So summertime they do put on the national conference. I think this year is down in Arizona.
Yeah.
So not this year, just because again, the movement has been wild. But I am going to be attending the Indiana School Resource conference up at the Blue Chip in the end of June.
Oh, fun.
So that is just strictly our own SROs in the state of Indiana. So
Nice.
those will be up there to have kind of when you guys have your days that different outsource folks come in, and I want to learn about being a dental hygienist, or I want to learn about trades. So SROs in the different curriculum of Cyberbullying. Let's talk about how do we try to combat it. Is crime and bad things ever going to go away? No. But how can we be better? And so they put on different clinics or seminars and then have big guest speakers, like at the national one. A gentleman from Columbine, who was the principal during that event, speaks at that, and just a lot of renowned folks that want to be better, and they know that their purpose is to keep training and keep learning and keep spreading the wealth.
So not only do you have to go to police academy, you also have to do all this extra in
Yep.
order to be able to be a school resource officer.
Correct. All worth
'Cause I'm
it.
sure working with the kids is different than criminals on the street.
It is. I mean, I think that's the beauty
Mhm.
of you are the law, and thankful to have that blessing and power by the state, but you're also, let's help turn a leaf for some kids. Some kids, I mean, they don't, I mean, let's all be honest, home lives are different. Home lives are different and look different for everyone. And being, again, another person that is in somebody's corner, hey, I really connect with her. Hey, I really connect with him. And I feel like I can confide in them. And I'm just another little small piece to this big puzzle of crazy life that we all got to figure out together.
Absolutely. So what's your background? So I know you've done some really cool things in your life. What is your background? What led you to want to do this? What led you here? What led you back to Culver? Kind of talk on that.
So we started by proud Rochester graduate back in 2006. Who was born then?
I graduated in 07.
Nope. Okay.
I was there.
So we're aging ourselves a bit, which it's crazy that we are into that realm. But fortunate to graduate from Rochester. Was one of the first in my families to attend college. Graduated from Huntington, and had decided to leave for the United States Army. I enlisted and spent 5 years, both here in the States. Did a tour in Afghanistan. Um, very very unique role, and very thankful for my endeavors in the military. A lot of great experiences that led to different security resources of keeping bad guys out and making sure that within there weren't bad guys. So we talk about Navy SEALs, counterintelligence agents, just unique and such fantastic experience that I'm forever indebted to. And serving my country. I mean, that's the point. We live in this great country because, home of the free, because of the brave. So did that, and then our family resided out in the state of Washington, where I became a firefighter EMT. Did that for a handful of years. Started our family and just realized, one thing leads to the next. Sometimes full circle comes quicker than you anticipate. And after 11 years, we decided to move back home. So a little quieter, a little simpler, and back to the roots. And I think the opportunity presented itself as we started out from the beginning, that our kids are here in the schools. We see, times have changed, and for the good, for the bad, or indifferent. We have those science teachers. We have those English teachers. Why don't we have SRO'S? And so it wasn't a matter of why don't we, just how can we? And I think it was at that juncture of, the priorities of life of I've gotten to do me, and now it's all about my family. And so was able to apply and fortunately be selected. And as I kid with a lot of them, that I went from the good side to the dark side when the rivalry of law enforcement and fire. So
I was thinking the Rochester Culver rivalry.
That too. That too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm elated and just over the moon that I get to be a part of this community.
And you are involved in just more than this.
Just a few things.
So list all those.
Again, I think it's every parent, I hope, or at least my dream, that to be a part of everything my kids do. And very thankful that we get to do that. So whether it's coaching baseball, caddying, being out on the golf course, what else? Basketball, anything to
boosters,
the
T-ball.
boosters. I forgot
yes,
T-ball. Booster secretary, being out on the T-ball field, running laps while soccer's playing. All of that good stuff. But that's the point. We are the ones that the torch has been passed to us. Why don't we continue to pave the way for the kids? And that's just my motto of I'm here to be bigger for my kids and my family. So
yeah,
pedal to the metal.
Great.
How are we our own?
Excellent question. So SRO'S, school resource officers, how do those guys get employed at the schools? Well, there's three ways. So you can either, one, everybody's familiar with Culver Police Department. You could take somebody from there, or Marshall County Sheriff's Office. We would take one from there. Times are slim, and everybody's hiring, and it needs more bodies. So in order to get one of those guys, it wouldn't happen. It just isn't feasible. So that was where it kind of led us to the third option that the state code allows, is to have your school corporation create their own police department. So again, being able to do that is a school board resolution, so that you kind of declare, this is what we are going to do because of Indiana code A, B, C, and D. Here's what we're going to put forth in front of our school board members to say, yeah, this is what we want, and this is the direction we're going to go. That goes down to the state. The state looks and sees that you will be filling it with a Tier 1 law enforcement officer. They will go to the NASRO 40-hour course, and then in return, you start and build the department with amongst all the other million things that you need to do to. Think about a business. Maybe in the day of setting up a lemonade stand, all you got to do is sit out there and make the lemonade. But in order to sell that into a business, you have to have licenses and your LLC and an accountant and all these things that involve that. So there's a lot of kind of in the weeds things that go with building your own police department. But ultimately, it starts with the validation of our school board members saying, "Yep, this is the direction we're going to go." There isn't a problem. It's nothing to be scared of. It's
trying
time.
to be proactive.
It's time. It's we're proactive, and again, it's getting bodies in here that are another resource for our kids and our staff.
Yeah.
Culver football is underway. The last two football Fridays are on May 3rd and May 10th. They are 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Summer practices will start on June 3rd to August 1st. Practices are 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. The first summer scrimmage is on June 17th at Boone Grove at noon. On July 25th, Culver scrimmages at Plymouth at 5:30 p.m. Other events are Lake Fest Dress Duty on July 19th to July 21st. Volunteers needed. On August 5th, the official season starts with a practice from 3 to 5 p.m. For more information, email the head coach, Austin Faust, at afaust@culver.k12.in.us.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you can think that is important to talk about?
This I just think is for edification and knowledge, because I think we've touched on it, but that misconception of, like, are you real? Are you a real police officer? Like, what do you do? And I think as I said, it takes a lot to build this program to make it like that well-oiled machine where you can just press start and it does its thing. We're not there yet, but ultimately, yes, being a police officer allows you to make an arrest. It allows you to make a traffic stop that are on our adjoining lot. Can't even say the word. Adjoining streets, roads.
Yeah.
Everything that you guys envision police officers doing is what we can do.
She can write you all tickets.
Write tickets, and that will come. It will come. Like I said, we have to get all of our programming and so forth done. So next year it will look a little different in regards to how things of that nature of what happens here at the school will be handled. So, but yes, we can run license plates. We can make a traffic stop. We can make that arrest. We can issue tickets.
Because you can leave here and go to a police department. That's like it's.
Oh yeah. So
that's yeah. There's more training to do this. I feel like, to be in the school than to go and do the day-to-day.
And then everybody else has, once you are a Tier 1 law enforcement officer, each year you have, your 2 hours of firearms, your 2 hours of EVO, your 2 hours of defensive tactics. So that is ongoing and encouraged to do more, because ultimately,
right.
If you think you know it all, then just go home.
Yep.
And it's just, I think, something in the motto of let's just be better. Better be better. We've done nothing wrong. We're just going to be better. And I think that's what you get with this kind of mindset and mentality of, we're here for you guys. And so, it's the growing pains is, everybody's been patient and understanding and asked great questions. We're just not there yet to where we can just press play and it does what it's supposed to do, but we'll get there.
Because we're the only one in the area that has our own police department, right? Like the only local school?
Oregon Davis has their own.
Oh, okay. Oregon Davis did.
Golly, I should have looked at the list, but like I said, there's 45. A lot of smaller rural corporations have it, but your Indianapolis public schools, they have their own police department.
Right.
I Fort Wayne, Concord. I mean, Northwood.
Okay.
Don't quote me, but Northwood. I'm sure. But
I would think like Indy, Fort Wayne, South Bend, like those
yeah,
bigger ones.
I know
but
Mishawaka is kind of gearing towards, but Mishawaka's been taking a lot of
Mhm.
lateral. Like, so to your point of, I could leave here and say Plymouth is hiring. Okay, well, submit my application, go through a hiring process.
You already
and
have the
could be-
qualifications to
and
do
then
that,
could
right?
be picked up as
Mhm.
as a lateral transfer. So yes, so if there's ever an envision of being, where we're sitting now, go through your training, get a hire here, or go somewhere else for a while, and then say, you know what, I want to get back in the schools, or I want to be in the
Mhm.
schools. And I mean, what better way? Because ultimately, one day, you guys are what's going to impact our kids.
Mhm.
That's a ways away. Like, no, our
Man,
kids,
that's scary.
our kids are in these hallways. I mean, they hear and they see. They're the ones that go to your sporting events. They're the ones that see
Mhm.
your music concerts. Like, I can't tell everybody enough. Like, little kids are sponges, and they want to look. They want to look like you. They want to be like you.
There's a reason
Yeah,
why
they do.
my
Yeah, they
3-year-old
do.
yesterday was saying Tuesday, Tuesday.
What do they see? So
Yeah.
just because I'm only a freshman, I'm only a sophomore, I'm only this, I'm telling you, as much as you guys need me, I need you. And I mean, that's, like I said, it takes all of us to do the right thing and to keep things rolling.
Yeah.
What's the most difficult part of being an SRO?
That's a good
Difficult
question.
thing. I would say I want to be. So this is like a Fleetwood Mac song. So this is
They
kind of
don't know
really
who that is.
dating me,
They
but
don't know who that is.
I want to be everywhere.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, think of like, I want to be having lunch with the second graders, and then I really want to hurry up and get out and play some soccer with the third graders, and then shoot, it's sixth grade lunch. I want to go hang out with them, or you know, check you out in choir and be in the hallways this, or going up front to talk with count. It's like, I care, and I'm so dang passionate about how can I be here for you guys. Whether that's, hey, show me how to shoot a free throw better, or hey, I misspelled this on my spelling test. What the heck? Like, I just wish I'm a fly on the wall to be wherever in a heartbeat. And it's my intent to be as visible and as approachable, so you guys can say like, oh, Officer Carr, this, like, I really want to ask her opinion about this, or I'd really like to know this, if she ever thought about doing this in life because she was military this, or I want to know if her parents ever she got in trouble for this. However you guys need something, I want to be. That's the hardest part, is I can't be everywhere all the time. And that's
It's
just
funny because she
unrealistic.
has a basketball championship. Oh, you knew that? Okay, we all knew
The ring still fits.
that. You didn't wear it today?
I already have a heavy enough